What's up, you guys? It's your boy Marco. Max Out Leverage. Yo, I'm fired up to be with you guys today, man. So today, I wanted to talk about how to build business credit fast. Step by step, things that I would execute, that I'm executing in my current businesses. If I was starting a new LLC right now, exactly what I would do. Okay, so guys, listen, if you have not already tapped into what we are about, helping people leverage their credit, helping people get funding, and then helping people acquire assets or cash flow in businesses that build wealth, tap in. There should be links in the description and all that. With that said, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to share my screen right now. All right, cool. So how to build business credit fast. So I started typing this out. I'm like, guys, listen, let me get the fam in here. Let's build this together. Okay, build business credit fast in 30 days. All right, so the first things that's highlighted here is choose the right LLC structure. Okay, I gotta give that away because most people will build an LLC, will start with an LLC, and then maybe for tax purposes be able to switch later on to a S corp. Okay, to bring down your liabilities, right? And then to be also being the right tax bracket. Okay, so choose the right structure for your business. Okay, I usually start with an LLC to keep things simple. Again, talk to your accountant if you need to, but if you're starting a typical new business, most people will be starting with an LLC. Okay, and then number 2 is to search your NAIC code and also your SIC code for your business. What does this mean? All right, this simply means that once you've chosen the right structure for your business, let's just go in this case, we're going to start with an LLC. Okay, we're going to start with an LLC because it makes sense for us, or it makes sense for you and your business. All right, next is like, okay, what are you going to do? Right? Then once you find out exactly what you're going to do, the next best thing for you to do is find out how that is categorized. All right, so our NAIC code and our SIC codes for your businesses is just the way in which the government categorizes your business in their system. A lot of people don't put this in when building out these lists, but this is so crucial for all the data points. And when I'm building out a new business, with, and I hope you guys are probably doing the same too, to get as maximum amount of funding as possible to run our businesses and leverage our businesses the proper way. Okay, so for your NAIC code, simply just type in NAIC code. All right, so NAIC code, North American Industry Classification System. North American Industry Classification System. So if you go on here, now let's go to NAICcode.com. Okay, right here, you can search the keywords for your business, and then also the SIC codes will also come up. Right, this is really, really important. All right, let's say you are a consultant. Let's search consultants. NAIC code for consultant. All right, so you look for the type that maybe fits. What kind? Educational consultant association. What type in which you're looking for? Let's go with another one. Let's go with, I know a friend of mine, they're getting into decor. So let's go with, I don't know, let's go with a florist. I need something simple that's coming to mind. Whatever yours is, just come up with it, search it in here, okay? And it'll come up. All right, so flower nursery, stop. Let's say if you're a florist, for example, florist right here, boom. The NAIC code for florist is 453110. Why you want to be able to look that up and have this information is because it's very crucial to your business, as you would see in the other places that we're going to add this information in. Okay, and now the SIC code for this is right here. Okay, the SIC code is 5992 florist. Okay, your NAIC code is that, and the SIC code is that. Super important. This is how they classify it in their system. Okay, an establishment primarily engaged, blah blah blah. Right? You guys get the point there. Super important. Once you find that out, make sure you map that down. Okay. All right. So step number 3 on here for me, checking out my notes, is to your main business address. Okay. Now this is main biz address. Main biz address. Phone number. Okay. This is crucial as far as making sure everything that lines in the system, okay, what you register with, and then what's reporting. The matchup is really, really crucial. So in looking for a main business address here, so my example, you guys, I'll share with you some of my mistakes and you guys can learn from, and then best practices in which I'm practicing now that's helping me out on here. Okay, I go with a virtual office. Okay, so just search virtual office. You can go with a virtual office in your area. Virtual office. All right, so there's a bunch of them. I know a lot of people use the anytime mailbox, which also gives you like so let's go with virtual office, Dallas, Texas. Whichever area that you are, okay, look for a virtual office. Why is a virtual office important? It's because you want something that gives you an actual address. Opus is a very good one. I use them. They had all 3. So they had a. So they'll give you a virtual office address. So like an address for your business. They also give you a phone number where someone calls in and they'll say, "Hey, thanks for calling Max Out Leverage. This is Jane. You know, how may I transfer your call?" Right? So that's really, really cool. They're about $100 a month. In the beginning, maybe you might not need that, right? But I always say look for a virtual office that's local to you. Okay. I use these guys prior. I also use let's go to this one that everyone made mention of before. I have not used this service personally. There's anytime mailbox. Anytime mailbox. So Opus was one in which I use. Now I use one that's local, a virtual mailbox service that's local to me. All right. So on here, anytime mailbox. Yep. Receive a virtual mail. They were to scan. So like it's very simple, like step 1, 2, and 3, right? So this is one in which I've heard a few people used. And this is for like a virtual mail, right? So what's cool about the pros and cons to these is that a virtual office, I like it because you can actually go into the spot. I pay about like $60 or something, right? Something of that nature. It's not too expensive, but in the beginning, if it's a crunch, maybe start with something like this. Okay, this gives you the address, and you can like just figure all this, right? So they can either manage your mail, they can send it, they can scan it, and bring it in. Okay, or go in and look for a virtual office that's closer to you. Next, you need a dedicated business phone number. Okay, this is crucial. It's a reason why I have these steps the way I have it. Business phone number. Okay. So we have anytime mailbox right there. Let's go to. So there are services like Ring Central. There are services like Phone.com. I've used Phone.com before, and there's Grasshopper, right? So there's a bunch of these you can look up. So let's go with let's go to Grasshopper. It's a voice over IP. Grasshopper. Plan and pricing, dial pad, virtual phone system. Yep. Right, you can get started $26 a month. Add a business line. Usually it was not even this pricey. I'm guessing they have start a 7-day free trial, see if you like them. There's a bunch of these guys, man. Guys, just do simple due diligence on this, and like you would be like ideal. Okay, so there's Grasshopper. There is someone made mention of this was like Mighty Call. And then with Mighty Call, let's see, virtual phone number system as well, right? You get a free trial, just see if you like it. Okay, so there's a bunch of different ones in which you can use, but the main important thing is that you have your main address. Okay, you have your main business address, you have your main business phone number. That's all congruent prior to, like, follow these steps. Prior to anything else, make sure these are in place, okay? Okay, number 4. Let's go with forming your LLC. Form your LLC in your state. Form your LLC in your state. Okay. All right, so whatever state in which you're operating in, the easiest way to go ahead and do this, okay, you just form an LLC in your state in which you're operating in. Now, I know there are a lot of people that like, hey, maybe you want to do an LLC in your in a state that is very tax lenient. Listen, unless you're making 50K and up, like you don't need to worry about all that just yet, right? Like when it comes to at least your tax time, you can get with your accountant. Once you're making money, really worry about, you know, tax savings and all that stuff, okay? All right, so form your LLC in your state, in whichever state in which you're in, all right? Then let's go to number 5. All right, so number 5 is, all right, tax ID. Tax ID. Tax ID right here. And this is using the same business address and phone number, right? So with doing your tax ID, let's go with this. Go with Google, tax ID. Guys, I'm intentionally like going to Google and showing these, like, so you guys actually get to see it, right? So for your tax ID, you simply go to irs.gov, right? After you have formed your LLC in your state, okay? Go to irs.gov and tax ID in your state using the same. All right, cool. Let's go right here. All right, so this is super simple, okay? Now, if all of this seems complicated, you can feel free to go to, you know, have like one of those services that does that for you. But if you follow this step by step, you just, you know, add some elbow grease, you know what I'm saying? Add some more elbow grease to this thing, you'll be good. Let's see, let's go with EIN number. And it should just say apply for EIN number online, okay? And this is how simple it is, right? You can just search apply for EIN number online, boom, and you probably pull you up to that page. Again, oh yeah, so for these guys, you wanna make sure you're doing it in business hours, okay? Super simple. Monday through Friday, I think like 9 to 5 or something of that nature, all right? So that is step number 5, use the tax ID. Now, when you're registering that, make sure that address and phone number matches the same in which we've already gotten prior to even forming our LLCs. Now, that is your business's information. All right, so let's go to number 6. All right, so number 6, open up a business bank account. Business bank account. All right, so now I want us to start thinking about this as like, your own human. Okay, so you're a human being. We have an address, we have a social security number, we have a phone number, we have an address. You know, meaning like we receive our mail there, we sleep there, like all that stuff, right? Now you're literally creating one for another entity. So just think of this as a mini you. All right, and at the end, you're gonna also notice that, oh man, just as I have just like how I have a personal profile, I'm also building this profile for this other human being, if you want to call it that. Okay, if that makes it a lot simpler for us to be able to execute. All right, so next is business bank account. Your business bank account, here are the two criteria in which I look for in a business bank account. One, are they simple to work with? Meaning they're not asking a bunch of questions just to open a business bank account, right? So some people might be asking for certificate of good standing, your EIN number, and also your articles of incorporation. Typically, those three things would get you in. Sometimes they might even not ask for a certificate of good standing if it's a new business. It doesn't in 1 year, right? So yearly they have this certificate of good standing thing. Are they simple to work with? Some other places with the business bank account, you need XYZ and XYZ. Like, it's too complicated. One, are they simple to work with? If the answer is yes, okay, go ahead. And then the second criteria is, am I going to do business with them? Do I want a biz product of theirs? Do I want a biz product? Meaning, do I plan on having a business credit card with these guys? Do I plan on having a business line of credit with these guys? Do I plan on, like, what am I looking for inside of this bank? Okay. Typically, you guys, I always say, in any relationship, because this is gonna be a banking relationship, as much as you can, find a bank that you can build a relationship with the personal banker in it. Okay, so there are a bunch of banks, right? Find a local one. Typically, I like to bank with banks on this, not so much credit unions. When it comes to my business bank account, for my personal, I might go with the credit unions. I might have an account with the credit unions. I always still have with the big banks. But I've noticed, just in my experience, credit unions, especially if you're trying to do high volume, credit unions are not really built for, like, all that extra stuff. If you get what I'm saying. They're really built for, really simple, basic stuff that you need. They love building locally. So if you're buying a home, if you're buying a car, right, things of that nature, credit unions are really, really good for. I've noticed with the business bank account, banks that are more so maybe regional, national, they have high volume transactions. Like, there's a lot of moving parts. They have a lot more things to offer, if you get my drift there. Okay, so do that. All right. So find one that is, local to you. All right, so number 7, open up a business bank account. Number 7 is get your website. So this is let me just say, get your web presence. Okay, so it's beyond your website for sure, right? So people will be able to look you up. So this is website, Facebook page, Twitter, IG, like all social media, LinkedIn, like all that stuff. You get around here. All right, so you get like all of that, right? Why is this important? Because it's important because when we're going for funding, or if we're going for any other sequences, these guys need to be able to pull you up and make sure like you're legit business. All right, so where do I go to find this, right? Guys, you can just Fiverr or Upwork are my go-to. So Fiverr.com, right? Search maybe just someone to serve the website, right? Go to Fiverr and just search that. And another one is Upwork. Upwork.com. Make an official website. So you get started here. It's just like this. You have a lot of freelancers on these web pages, and what happens is you can go in and put in exactly what you're looking for. Preferably, what's always good when I've noticed if we're working with a freelancer is if there's a website that is similar to yours, if you're able to give them that, it makes their life a lot easier because now they can see what you're looking to express. Okay. Super important. Your entire web presence is important. Okay. Next, I would say go ahead and get listed. Get listed. And this is just your 411 listing. Get 411 listing. Get 411 listing. And your 411 listing, this is just listyourself.net, I believe. List yourself. Listyourself.net. Alright, so let's actually just pull that up, just like we've been doing with the rest, right? So let's go list yourself. Listyourself.net. So this is a service in which I've used my own self as well. Go in and punch in your information, individual, personal business listing, enter your information. They'll call to verify you. It takes a couple of days, and then you're good. Or if you want to validate your listing automatically, you can also opt in for this, right? But whatever, like, go with the service, list it to make sure now, once banks and underwriters or whoever is looking you up, once they search your business, right, you come up in their directory. List yourself, I believe. All right, now let's go with number 9 here. All right, so number 9. All right, then we got, this one is also crucial that I did. This is Google My Biz. Google My Business. Because everyone goes to Google. Like, if you notice, like, the automatic default thing is on Google, right? So Google My Business. What this would help you do is just your Google presence, and obviously for SEO reasons, Google and Yelp on here. Now, what's going to be happening is, like, your main address here and phone number is what you're going to be verifying with Google My Business, right? So let's go with Google My Business. Google My Business. Google My Business. All right, so it's just a verification. Like, what they do is, like, okay, cool. You create a business profile, you go in, and what happens is they send some sort of verification to the address that you're saying it's yours. Like, once you receive that, it's typically like a little piece of mail with a code. It's pretty much with Google Maps. And once you do that, you are then listed on there. Do the same with Yelp, right? So Yelp listing. Yep. Yelp My Business. The same thing, register your business online, right? And it just helps with indexing your business. All right, so let's go with number 10. Now, guys, these things are really simple to do. It just takes maybe a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of hours. Not a couple of minutes, a couple of hours. I'll take a day. I'll take a week just to make sure all of this is in line, and you start to see what's going to happen here. All right. So the next things now we're going to do is we're going to get our DUNS number, Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet. Just Google Dun and Bradstreet. Boom. DunandBradstreet.com. Okay. Now, quick tip on here. This is a free service. Okay, so get started. Request the DUNS number. Look up the DUNS number. Boom. Right, and on here, US-based business. Enter your information. All that. Okay, super simple. All right. Why? Yo, DUNS. Your DUNS number. So, you know how we have, like, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian on our personal? Okay, your DUNS number is literally like the same. They're like one of the biggest, if not the biggest. I think they are the biggest business credit reporting agency. Okay, they've been around forever. Everyone's information is practically on there, and that's what they do. Okay, so you get your DUNS number, and now you have, just keep track of those numbers that we have. We have our tax ID. Let me just put it on here, EIN number. Sometimes they call it the FEN number. Same difference. Leadership tax ID. Okay. Dun and Bradstreet number. And yep, this is free. Okay. They might try to upsell you. They might call you and want to upsell you on your service. You can just decline in a couple of days or a week. You'll get your DUNS number. Okay, cool. Now, these are the basic setups to make sure like your business is like on solid ground. Okay, your business is on solid ground right here. Your business has some legs. Okay, let's think about this. We've thought about what kind of structure that we want. We searched the NAIC code in our SIC code, knowing how those are described inside of our business. Okay, now the third thing that we did, we got our business address, we got our business phone number. Okay, and we formed our LLC in our state. We have our EIN number that's matching our business phone number and address. Okay, we have our business bank account, we have our web presence up. Okay, we've been listed on 411, we have our Google My Business, we have our Yelp. Now we got our Dun & Bradstreet number. We've set like a solid foundation for our business. Up next, these other things here are going to be now adding, I call them trade lines for our business. Rather than use that word, let's go with accounts. Accounts for your biz. Okay. Accounts for our business. Crucial right here. Let's have this align that way. All right. So accounts for our business, right? All right. The first one is NAV. All right, we don't want this underline here. Back to black, no underline. All right, so NAV. All right, so NAV, let's go to NAV. Let me show you guys, give you a visual. NAV.com. So what they are doing, NAV business credit. There's a singer called NAV, man. Sorry for that guy. All right, so NAV.com, what they do is they have a product on here that gives, I actually just signed up for this myself not too long ago. I get your free score. Go on here, enter your information. Obviously, yes, they're trying to sell you on their service. We don't need that. What we're really looking for is your NAV business boosts. Let's go to NAV. Let's search NAV business boosts. It's a product that they have. NAV products and pricing. All right, perfect. Here we go. All right, so here's this product, NAV Business Boost. Okay, it's about $40 a month. Here's what it does. Okay, remember we talked about our main three for our Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax for our personal. On our business side, here are the three top ones. Dun & Bradstreet, yes. But guys, when we come in on here, we want funding. We want big lines. We want big trade lines. We want accounts that we're able to move around with, to be able to acquire assets, to do all that stuff, right? These guys, a lot of financial institutions, when it comes to lending, okay, there are different two major kinds of accounts on the business, right? When it comes to a financial product, right? So we have a net 30 account and a financial product. When it comes to a financial product, a lot of guys are pulling from Experian business, especially like, you know, top 500 companies right now, Fortune 500 companies. So here's what this product does with the NAV Business Boost. $40 a month. It reports to, let me show you where it says that right there. Quarterly 24/7. Here we go. All right. Full personal reports, Experian. Now we don't really care about that. All right. Full business credit reports and scores to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax, right? And because this is an account that is also, that they're also reporting at $40 a month, what happens is now we're starting to build the foundation, not just we built our foundation like with those other main things that we did, but now we're really trying to build our financial foundation for these right here. Okay, so that's where this is super crucial. Not too long ago, you guys, I actually got this for a new LLC in which I'm building up, right? You can opt in for this. They also have a quarterly, which is for every 3 months, which is just like you save like 20% if you do that quarterly one. So Nav Business Boost account is the first account which I recommend for your business. Okay, now the second account which I recommend is, especially if this is a brand or something that you really are passionate about, like I am. There's an account called Shirtsy. How do you spell this? Shirtsy. There you go. Let's look it up. How about we look it up together? Shirtsy. Shirtsy. Say that like 3 times. All right. Apply for a net 30 account. Okay, a net 30 account really just means that they would give you their product, whatever product in which they are. Oh, this is dope. In which they have, and you have 30 days to pay it back. This is how a lot of big companies really do inventory. Like imagine like Apple buying chips from like Vietnam or China or India, right? Millions and millions of chips. They're not paying millions and millions of dollars up front. A lot of them are doing a net 30, a net 60, a net 90, right? So same concept here. As a business, we have this kind of float to be able to do something of this nature. However, these guys, it's like $99 to be able to, $99 to like open up your account, right? And then what happens is you can then purchase their account. They give you a net 30 account, and they start reporting that to all 3 credit bureaus. Let's go check that out for ourselves so that we actually see it, right? So why I say this account is because, let's see where they say that. They report to all 3 credit bureaus last time that I checked. Frequently asked questions, that's not coming up. All right, but pull this guys up and you'll be seeing, let's see, Shirtsy does Shirtsy report to all three business credit bureaus. And will be reported to all business credit bureaus, right? So it's really that simple. That's why I picked these guys, right? All right. And let's go here. So that's Shirtsy. So why I say if this is a brand that you're really passionate about, because if it is, man, this like it makes sense, right? You can get your swag, you can get your you can get like literally things and get it customized for you, right? You can just literally just brand yourself, right? Well, who wouldn't even want to be able to brand themselves if they're really serious about their business? So this is an account in which you can get to be able to do that. Boom. More importantly, guys, like, sure, like that's great. More importantly, we're here for like the big bag on the back end, right? So we make this, little investments in the moment and then be able to do that. So another one that people also talk about, I have not done this one yet. This is Crown Office Supplies. Put this guys along with Crown Office Supplies. I put this guys along with I think it's called Soma. All right, show you guys a visual. Crown Office Supplies. This is also a net 30 account that are really simple to get. Crown Office Supplies. That's why they're actually on this list. right? Net 30 account, super simple and easy to get. Slightly overpriced in product, but what happens is they, you know, they report to our business credit bureaus. More importantly, right? Let's go here. Electronics, guys, you get the gist on here. Let's find something, right? Now this is really crucial, right? It's important to see. The last time I did this with like a quill, and there was like $50 that was needed, right? Feel free to like call these guys. Let's see. Let's go to the FAQs. Right, like how much is needed to make sure like they report once we open up their once we open up the account. I think these are the guys that would give you like $2 to $3 grand in a revolving credit. Yeah. They give you $2 to $3 grand in revolving credit. And maybe like the account that we actually open with them is like $300 to $500. Okay, but they report $2,000 to $3,000 on our business credit. Boom. Right? And then let's go to Soma office supplies. You can also do the same thing with Quill. You can also do the same thing with Granger, Quill, and Uline. Soma office supplies. But why I mention those guys or write them down on there is because sometimes they require like more than sometimes you might not just be able to get like that net 30 account off the top. Like some people get denied, some people wouldn't. Like it's not like plain and simple like Crown Office Supplies and Shirtsy. Okay. And this guy's pretty much like I think it's Staples that owns these guys, right? So like I know Staples own Quill, or one of them. Literally like the same company, but they know what guys are up to when it comes to like their businesses and building business credit. So these are the guys in which we go to use their product, right? And then we get the reporting that we use. Guys, listen, if you follow what I just broke down, getting all these 3 things in the next 30 days, like once all of this gets up, once all of these gets up in 30 to 60 days, you start noticing inside of your nav account, right? You'd have your scores and your reporting scores, and you see that, okay, nice, I'm getting over on my Experian business maybe over a 90, right? On your Experian business score, your Paydex score over 80 Paydex score. And now what happens is we can really start moving on to tier 2 accounts, gas accounts, and all that stuff. It's great, but don't forget the goal. The goal is to be able to, okay, cool. Now, once we have all of those in, we want to be able to go to the bank and get 40, 50, 100, 200K for our business funding. And now they say, okay, cool. You already have all these straight lines. Your account is legit at the top with its first 10 things. You have all of these guys reporting. Okay, cool. We can extend you because in accordance to that, your personal credit is A1. Does that make sense? And now you have a whole repertoire to be able to go out and really make some major things happen. So hope you guys found value out of this video today. If you did, it would mean the world to me, guys. We're growing our YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, tell me what you don't like about this, or maybe if you have one of these guys, comment below and let me know. Comment what you do like. Let's just have a conversation, man. And if you haven't yet, feel free to join our Facebook group. The link should be in the bio or in the description down there. And that's it for this video, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.